Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to create a melanzane bake. So not the true, authentic, traditional Italian melanzane or parmigiana that the Italians would make. So sorry about that, Italy. But it's inspired by, and it's a much simpler, easier, midweek kind of way of doing things. I don't know about you, but during the week it's all quite busy, and it's good to have a dish that's kind of 10-15 minutes prep in the oven done. I've got a tray ready to go in. So melanzane is made with aubergines, mozzarella and basil. So what I'm going to do is, look, we can just crop into there. So you can see what I'm doing with the aubergine. Just chop that. We're going to cut it into quarters, okay? And then we're just going to chop that into maybe 1 centimetre slices, okay? So while I'm going as well, anybody live who wants to ask me any questions about this dish, fire them off, because I've got my iPad here and it's kind of all linked in and we can edit it and I can answer your questions while I'm cooking. So, in with our aubergines. And then we're going to season them up, get the water out, and the best thing for that is with salt. Okay? So really get all the moisture out. I'm going to do another one as well. So again, slice it right down the middle, into quarters. Aubergine's one of those that if you cook it right, it's delicious. You cook it wrong, it's not good. It needs to be well cooked. If you undercook aubergine, it's not so good. Okay. So we'll let that cook. So we're going to get those in. We get loads and loads of cooking on that. So let's just put that on full whack. And we'll get the pasta on full as well. Okay, so let that cook. So that's not going to take too long. Okay, so while the aubergines are cooking, I'm just getting a little bit of colour on those. I'm going to prepare the other ingredients. So I've got 1 big beef tomato. And the reason why I chose this is there's very little water in these. And I don't want a really watery, wet bake. So we're going to just cut these tomatoes into chunks. Not too big. And they're just going to add a bit of moisture but a bit of flavour so that it's just got a nice mix. So slice them that way, almost like you're making chips, and then we're going to cut them that way as well, and then they end up into nice little dice. You could use other tomatoes if you wanted to, but this works pretty well. We'll just slice these up. Okay, spread them out a little bit. There we go. And we'll season these up as well. So, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Good. And then I'm going to take a clove of garlic. And we will just move all this along. Oh, there we go. So chop the garlic, just run your knife all the way through it. There we go, and just sit it on the tomatoes and we'll mix those together. Okay. So a little bit of oil in with the aubergines. There we go. Nice. Now it really starts to sound like it's cooking. And look, you can see we've got some colour on those aubergines straight away, which is what we want. Start to get rid of the bitterness, because on their own they're quite bitter. Right, so our tomatoes can go straight into the bowl there, and then I've got a ball of mozzarella, so fresh mozzarella, and I'm just going to dice this up. Now normally with a melanzane you would char grill slices of aubergine, you'd wrap it up with a slice of mozzarella and a basil leaf. But this is quick, midweek, meat-free Monday, so it's all nice and easy. So we'll add that mozzarella in there, and then I'm going to take some fresh basil leaves. This is what's going to give it a really lovely light fragrance. I've got a little bit of parsley here as well. Might as well use that. So we'll chop that up. Okay, so straight in the bowl there. Okay. What I am going to do is add a little bit of salad dressing to this as well, because I think I'm going to get some really nice flavour. Okay, so I've got a little bit raspberry mint. So it's a nice little bit of fragrance, and just dress it like you would a salad. Okay, and that's it, just a little bit. Okay, there's my aubergines, are nearly done. Just giving them a good bit of colour. Start that whole cooking process. So mix the tomatoes, the mozzarella, the basil in the dressing. That's it. Perfect. So, they are nearly cooked. Right, I'm going to get some bread. I'm going to make some breadcrumbs and just kind of top it so it all goes nice and crispy. Bit of a different texture. So we don't need tons, just a little bit. Okay? So I'm going to cut it into pieces just to give it a head start. And I'm going to find a little garlic clove, because I quite like it when you mix together raw garlic and breadcrumbs. I think you get a really, really lovely texture. And you get a credible flavour. Okay, so straight in the food processor. On the lid. Just blitz that down. Beautiful. So I'm just going to add a little bit of oil in there as well. That'll help them crisp up really, really well. Okay, that'll do. Not too fine. You want quite a coarse texture. Okay, aubergines have got a nice bit of colour on now. So we'll add those straight into the pan. I'm going to leave that pan on there for the next dish. And then just mix the whole thing around. So all the aubergines, all the tomatoes, the mozzarella, the lot. Okay? And this is why this is simple, midweek kind of stuff. So, just pour it out onto there. Okay. And then I've got a really beautiful sauce. Now this is the best tomato sauce I've ever come across. It's made by Menu in Italy. For any of you that are watching in Cumbria, go to Shills in Cockermouth and you can buy it by the can. If you can't get it in your local deli, ask them to get it. IB Foods will happily supply it to them for you. And all I'm doing is just spooning it on. I'm not messing about, I'm not sort of affecting the sauce at all. This sauce is just beautiful. It's made in August in Italy when all the tomatoes are delicious. So pretty much open the tin and just cook with it. It's delicious. Okay, breadcrumbs on the top. There we go. So we're going to get a really lovely crisp texture. And they're laced with a little bit of rapeseed oil as well. And then Parmesan cheese, or a type of Parmesan. This one is a vegetarian one, so we're okay. Pop that on top, and this will work as a seasoning as well. There we go. And then straight in the oven for about 35-40 minutes. And that will be ready. And that will be absolutely delicious. I will post a photo on the website of the end result so you can see it, but it is that easy. Okay.